Doctors give chemo patients ginger instead of pills, not as a backup, not as a folk remedy, as an actual recommendation sitting right next to the medication chart. Today, we're breaking down the actual science of why a kitchen spice can calm your stomach faster than some medications, and where it falls short. If you've ever been hit with sudden nausea motion sickness on a road trip, morning sickness, that queasy spinning feeling after eating something wrong, you know the first instinct. Reach for a pill, lie down, wait it out. But here's what most people don't know. Nausea isn't random. It's your body's gut-brain signaling system reacting to something: movement, hormones, chemicals, slow digestion. And that means it's not just about blocking the feeling, it's about fixing what's actually causing it. That's exactly where ginger works differently than most anti-nausea medication, and it's why hospitals have been studying it for decades. Let's start with the compound doing the actual work. Gingerol. It's the active ingredient in ginger root, and it's responsible for that sharp, spicy taste you notice when you bite into it raw. Here's the part that matters. Gingerol directly affects gastrointestinal motility. That's the speed at which food moves out of your stomach and continues through digestion. When food sits in your stomach too long, that's often what triggers the wave of nausea. Ginger speeds that process up, so food doesn't linger as long and the queasy signal calms down faster. Compare that to most over-the-counter anti-nausea medications. A lot of them work by blocking signals in your brain, basically muting the feeling of nausea without necessarily speeding up digestion. That's not a knock on medication, it has its place, especially for severe cases. But it explains why ginger can feel different. It's addressing motility, not just sensation. This is exactly why 3 very different groups of people have all turned to ginger for nausea, for very different reasons. Chemotherapy patients. Nausea is one of the most common and most miserable side effects of chemo treatment. Some oncology teams recommend ginger, alongside standard anti-nausea medication, not as a replacement, but because it can ease symptoms without piling on extra side effects. Pregnant women. Morning sickness has been treated with ginger for generations, long before it ever showed up in a clinical study. It's one of the most consistently recommended natural options for pregnancy-related queasiness, though. As we'll cover in a second, dosage still matters here. Motion sickness sufferers. Cars, boats, turbulence. The same mechanism applies. If your stomach is the bottleneck, speeding up motility takes the edge off faster than waiting it out. None of this means ginger is a guaranteed fix or a replacement for medical care, but it explains why it keeps showing up in hospital nausea protocols instead of staying in the old wives' tale category. Now, here's the part most ginger videos skip because it's not as exciting, but it matters more. If you're pregnant, talk to a doctor before taking ginger in large or supplement amounts. Normal food level amounts are generally considered safe, but high doses haven't been fully cleared. If you're on blood thinners, things like warfarin or aspirin, large doses of ginger may increase bleeding risk. Again, food-level ginger in tea or cooking is a different story than concentrated supplements. And one thing worth remembering, the supplement industry isn't tightly regulated. A ginger capsule might not contain exactly what the label says. If you're using ginger for nausea, fresh root, tea, or food is usually the more reliable option over a random bottle of pills. So to sum it up, gingerol speeds up digestion, which is why ginger can calm nausea faster than some medications that just block the signal. And that's exactly why it shows up in chemo wards, pregnancy advice, and motion sickness kits around the world. If this kind of why your body actually does that breakdown is useful, this channel does one every week: gut health, sleep, energy, the stuff that actually affects how you feel day to day. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I want to know, have you ever actually tried ginger for nausea? Did it work for you or not at all? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone, and it might shape what we cover next.